only had 6 minutes every day to dedicate to improving my mobility so that I could move better, move pain-free, and just get more from my day-to-day life, here is exactly what I would do. Exercise number 1 would be butcher's block arches. Now, you may have heard of a butcher's block stretch, and this is just a dynamic take on that exercise. So you're going to get yourself into that butcher's block stretch. Make sure your core is engaged. We're really thinking about driving the shoulders down to the floor. But then what we're going to do is we're actually going to arch from the lower back, sink the belly button down towards the floor, and then trying to keep the shoulders in that new position, because it's likely that you'll reach a little bit more depth when you arch the back, is re-engage your core muscles while trying to keep the shoulders in the same position. You can choose to repeat this for 30-40 seconds, or you may want to do 8 to 10 reps. Moving on, we're going into a favourite for hamstrings, and that is an elephant walk. So this is going to act as a nerve floss, give you a bit of relief through the calves and through your hamstrings. So you want to put your hands on a surface if you cannot touch the floor, and we always start from bent legs. Always keep one leg bent, and then you're going to straighten one leg at a time, get a real deep stretch through maybe the calf or the hamstring, and then bring it back to bent, and then straighten the other leg. Same thing, you can do this for a period of time, or 10 to 20 reps in total. Onto the floor, we're taking it to a knee tap. Now, this is amazing for quads and amazing if you have been sitting down all day. Key here is to try and keep your core as engaged as possible as you drive forwards with the hips. Attempt to tap the knee and bring it back. This is also a really great stretch for your feet, so I'd recommend doing this without trainers or shoes on if you can. And it doesn't matter if you can't get your knee to the floor at this moment in time, just push the hips forwards. You can walk your hands forwards with you to make it easier. Try and tap that knee, or just try and open the hips as much as possible, and then bring it back. Now, staying with the hips, we're going to move into either deep squat knee taps or 90-90. So we're working on that internal and external rotation of the hips. We want to make sure that when we get into that squat position, we're starting with heels flat on the floor, trying to lift the chest and keep the back as straight as possible. And then we're going internally rotating one leg to touch the knee down to the floor and bring it back to the squat position, making sure the heels go back to the ground every single time. Exercise 5 then is a scorpion. So this is going to open up our chest, open up our hip, and getting a little bit of movement into our spine. The goal here is to try and have your hand as a target. So lift your foot up and over and try and reach it all the way to touch your hand, or touch over your hand, or just as high as you can get it, really. So we're really making sure that we're targeting everything that we want to, and really getting the most from this exercise. And finally, we have exercise 6, finishing it off with a little bit of love for the spine, the shoulders, and also hips and hamstrings. There's a little bit of like a all-in-one, this one. So we're going to start in that downward dog position, really try and press your heels into the floor. Then you're going to do a body roll if you can. Drop the hips, roll the shoulders back, keep your toes on the ground, try and keep your knees and your hips off the floor, opening up through the chest as much as you can. And then what you're going to do is another body roll, so push your bum to the sky, round through the spine till you end up back in a downward dog. Like I said, you can choose to do these exercises for 30 to 40 seconds each and then moving on, or you may want to pick some reps for each of the exercises. Doing these exercises all together every single day is going to make a huge difference to how you feel in your body. You want to take follow-along mobility classes that you can do every day that is going to make you stronger and more flexible. You need to check out the classes on my app. There's 10, 20, 13, even 45-minute classes that focus on getting you stronger and more flexible so that you can perform your best or just live your life exactly the way you want to without pain and discomfort. Happy training, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.